Greetings fellow gamers, I'm the Soulsborne Seeker and I'm back with a double-length video showcasing 10 upcoming indie Metroidvania games you probably haven't heard of, expected to release sometime in 2023 or later. Before we start, as always, a kind reminder to please consider subscribing to the channel if you end up enjoying this content, since it will help me reach even more people and spread the knowledge far and wide. And now, without further ado, let's dive into it. We kick things off with Mira and the Legend of the Djinns, a 2D pixel art Metroidvania title inspired by Moroccan culture and spiritual traditions. Taking place in the ruined world of Amazgesh, you step into the boots of Yuba, a treasure hunter whose latest venture has led him to the depths of an ancient necropolis. Down there, Yuba discovers Mira, the first Djinn to be seen in generations whose memories appear to be eluding her. Agreeing to help her regain her recollections, Yuba forms a bond with Mira and together they embark on an epic journey during which they will meet a variety of interesting, friendly and hostile characters, discover ancient weapons and artifacts, as well as unearth the long-lost lore that will reveal the reason of the cataclysmic event that ended Amazgesh in the first place. As Yuba and Mira, you will get to use a variety of different spells, abilities, weapons and tools at your disposal in order to defeat your foes, as well as solve puzzles and explore the vast world in search of secrets. Of note here is the fact that the game also features a side quest system that will lead you to some of the rarest items you can find, as well as a skill tree that will enhance your combat and environmental traversal capabilities. Mira and the Legend of the Djinns is expected to release sometime in 2023 for PC, as well as the Nintendo Switch. Moving on, we have Minishoot Adventures, a twin-stick shooter Metroidvania game with a focus on exploration and frenetic combat. The game takes place on the alien environment of the overworld, a place that has been overrun by monstrous creatures and hostile drones that have turned all your friends to crystals and erected terrifying dungeons. As the lone survivor of your town, you will get to take the fight to the enemy through bullet hell-inspired battles, as well as explore the sprawling overworld in search of new skills, treasures, and secrets in an effort to save your crystallized friends and restore your hometown. Minishoot Adventures is slated for release in the summer of 2023 for PC. Next, we have Gunbrella, a gritty noir punk action-adventure Metroidvania game with a focus on platforming and gunfights. Gunbrella is set in a dark world that's dependent on a particular resource on the decline. You take on the role of a hard-boiled woodsman on a path for revenge. The woodsman is equipped with the titular Gunbrella, an item that functions both as a weapon to blast away your foes, as well as an exploration utility object that allows you to glide, swing, and dash around in search of hidden areas and otherwise unattainable secrets, such as ammunition upgrades for your deadly arsenal. What's interesting about this game is that it also features an investigative aspect that brings to mind noir detective processes, meaning you will get a chance to interrogate characters and keep notes in your trusty notebook as you try to make sense of the mysteries of this world. There are also hints of Lovecraftian influences in the form of dark cults and ghoulish creatures lurking about, which is always a welcome aspect. Gunbrella is planned for release sometime in 2023 for PC, as well as the Nintendo Switch. Following, we have Magical Delicacy, a wholesome pixel art platformer Metroidvania title that's all about cooking. Here, you slip on the cooking mittens of Fiona, a young witch that arrives at the harbor town of Grat and opens up a cooking shop on her quest to fulfill her dream of becoming a proper witch. Cooking is the focal point of Magical Delicacy, which revolves around your exploration of Grat in search of ingredients for you to try your hand at different recipes, as well as clients to whom you will deliver your culinary achievements. The game features an in-depth cooking system that allows you to experiment with different combinations of components in order to come up with new and exciting recipes, as well as elements of sim games, which will have you decorating and expanding your shop in order to maximize your cooking efficiency. Cookery aside, you will get to explore the whole of the harbor city, meeting a variety of different characters that will help or hinder you, as well as gaining more and more traversal abilities to reach previously inaccessible areas that hold some of the rarest ingredients, as well as long-forgotten secrets. Magical Delicacy is planned for release sometime in 2024 for PC, Xbox One, as well as the Xbox Series X and Series S. Next comes Venture to the Vile, a narrative-driven Metroidvania game set in a darkly whimsical world. Venture to the Vile takes place in a Victorian-inspired setting that is plagued by a menace known as the Vile, a substance that transforms everything it touches into grotesque versions of themselves. You take on the role of a boy who embarks on a journey to find his friend Ella after the Vile destroys his town, infecting his arm in the process. The game puts focus on narrative, puzzle solving, and exploration, allowing you to explore the world both horizontally as well as in depth, with the backgrounds being actual places you can reach and investigate. The time of day and weather conditions also play an important part in your experience, opening up different narrative paths, upgrades, characters, and monsters for you to interact and fight with. What's interesting here is that one of the ways in which you gain more abilities and become more powerful is through the infection that is afflicting you, with each improvement spreading the Vile even more across your body and threatening to turn you to the creatures you are fighting against. Venture to the Vile is expected to release sometime in 2024 for PC, as well as currently unspecified consoles. Moving on, there's Turbo Kid, a brutal pixel art gorefest of a Metroidvania based on the 2015 action comedy film of the same name. Here you will get to play as the titular Kid, a lone warrior who is trying to traverse the treacherous hellscape known as the Wasteland, a place filled with monsters and scoundrels that he will have to slash and blast through in order to succeed. Turbo Kid features a huge array of different weapons that you can use to dismember and obliterate your enemies, including a machete as well as a trademark Turbo Glove that can be used to throw all kinds of deadly ammunition at your foes. Combat aside, Turbo Kid also features exciting platforming segments that make use of the Kid's BMX bike, which can be utilized to traverse the wasteland in style as well as reach areas containing upgrades in the form of cartridges meant to enhance your combat and exploration abilities. With over-the-top cartoony violence, a killer electronic soundtrack, and 5 different biomes to explore, Turbo Kid is shaping up to become a fun cult hit for fans of 80s post-apocalyptic films as well as Metroidvania lovers in general. Turbo Kid does not have a release date as of yet, but is expected to come out for PC. Then there's Ultros, a psychedelic Metroidvania game drenched in cosmic horror. The story finds you waking up after having crashed your spaceship on the sarcophagus, a giant cosmic uterus drifting across space while holding inside it an ancient demonic being known as Ultros. The game tries to provide a unique approach to the genre by introducing the concept of time loops, a mechanic that allows you to go back to key points of the story and make different decisions as you try to uncover the secrets of the sarcophagus and come closer to the truth of your role there. Each loop leads you down different areas and allows you to unlock different abilities that will help you explore every nook and cranny of the alien setting. The game places a lot of emphasis on meta themes of mental health, death, and karmic cycles, which it explores through its lore as well as via environmental storytelling. It should also be mentioned that Ultros features precision combat where lightning reflexes will be paramount if you wish to emerge victorious. Ultros is planned to come out in 2024 and so far has been confirmed for PC, PS4 and PS5. Following, we have Genopanic, a light-hearted but challenging sci-fi Metroidvania title. Genopanic has you exploring an immense space station filled with mysteries as well as deadly enemies. The game features non-linear exploration, which means you can investigate the map in whichever order you wish and interact with it in different ways, which can also lead to a diverse range of endings. Your experience is enhanced by the company of your virtual dog, Like, as well as the space station's troublemaker AI known as Volga. Of central focus to the game is your spacesuit, which you can upgrade in different ways that allow access to different skills such as unique movesets and combat maneuvers. Genopanic is slated for release during the last quarter of 2023 for PC, with further plans for unspecified PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo consoles during the first quarter of 2024. Nearing the end, we have Bushiden, a Metroidvania-inspired action platformer game with a focus on melee combat. The game takes place in a futuristic world that's still recovering from a savage war between mankind and the diabolic Gao, a powerful psychic entity that nearly eradicated humanity before being defeated by our protagonist, Rayleigh, the last member of the ancient Iga-Ryu clan. 6 years later, Rayleigh's sister vanishes under mysterious circumstances just as rumors of Gao's revival begin to emerge, forcing Rayleigh to go on the hunt once more. Bushiden features a level-based map, boasting a total of 8 different biomes that you will get to explore, hacking and slashing your way through countless enemies on your way to find your sibling. As Rayleigh, you will square off against powerful bosses, each granting you a special ability after their death that's either connected to combat or traversal. As you progress through the game and become more and more powerful, you will be able to visit previous stages with your new skills, which will allow you to access previously inaccessible areas. Defeating enemies also yields currency that you can use in order to purchase health upgrades, weapon summons, enhanced shurikens, as well as chi spell attacks for a deadlier arsenal. Bushiden is expected to release sometime in 2023 for PC, Nintendo Switch, as well as the PS4. Finally, there's Amber's Tale, a pixel art Metroidvania title with a strong narrative foundation. Amber's Tale tells a coming-of-age story that takes place in the mystical world of Arborea, a realm where magic rules and humanity has crumbled. You take on the role of Amber, an amnesiac girl who embarks on a journey to retrieve her lost memories and find the truth about her identity. Armed with her trusty blades, Amber will have to navigate a hostile world filled with puzzles, secrets, and formidable foes as she struggles to discover her role in this place. Aside from her melee weapons, Amber will also be able to use celestial abilities to dispose of her enemies, which is the game's equivalent to magic. Of great importance will be ability upgrades that you will be able to acquire via a variety of different means, often by having to backtrack across the map and access secret areas through the use of your various traversal skills. Amber's Tale has no release date as of yet, but will be coming out for PC, with further hopes for console availability if the game is successful. What did you think of these games? Did you already know about them? Are you planning to try any of them out? Let me know in the comments below and feel free to point out any obscure titles you may have come across. As always, thank you so much for watching this video. Until next time, Soulsborne Seeker out!